In this lesson, we are going to add the update functionality. In order to do that, the first thing that we are going to do is create a new route. This method is basically going to handle two different methods again. And if the method is post, then we are going to update the data and redirect the user to here, index method. And if this is a get request, then in that case, we are going to render a template where we will have a single form, and that form will be pre-filled with the to-do, which ID is this. So now let's add the methods list. So here we are using the query builder provided by flask-sqlalchemy, and we are using the filter method to filter the data where the to-do ID is this, and we are going to take the first response only. If we omit this, we will still get the single response because the ID is primary key and unique here. But in that case, we are going to get a list instead of an object. So after we get the to-do, the next thing that we are going to do is get the form data and update it. So here at the line 2, we have set todo.task equals to the tasks that we are getting from the form. And finally, we are executing the commit method to save the transactions. And finally, the next thing that we are going to do is redirect the user to index. And here we can generate a flash to do updated. Now for the else part, so here in the template edit.html, we will have a form where the data needs to be pre-filled. So we need to pass this to do. So instead of placing it inside the if block, we can place it here so that if and else block both can access the data. Now let's save this and create a template here called edit.html. So here you can see for the input type text, we have set the value to todo.task. And here the user will get the task value for the particular to-do, and they can update it and click on the update button to save the changes into the database. And for the action, we have set it to /edit / we need to pass the to-do ID. Now let's save this and get back to the browser. But before that, we need to set a link so that someone can go to that page by using that button. We have made one mistake here, and that is the field name in database is todo ID, but for the object it's ID. Here you can see in the class definition we have set its name to ID, but we have also passed the column name that the database is going to use is todo ID. So these two are different, and inside the Python code we are going to use it by using the object. So we need to use ID instead of todo ID. Let's change it here. And also the filter method is not available. It's actually filter by. Let's save this and go here. We need to change todo ID to todo.id. Let's save this, and finally the todo.html, we will change it to ID only. Let's save this and get back to the browser. So here we have two tasks available. Let's try to edit this one, and you can see it's pre-filled. Now if you click on inspect, you can see the URL which is being formed using the URL for. Okay, we actually have not used URL for here. We will set it right now, and let's change it to go to gym. Let's update it, and here it is updated in the DB, and we are getting the flash message. Let's get back to the editor, and now we are going to change this into URL for. For this one, we can just write URL for index. The index is method name here, which is basically going to execute this route. And for the edit.html, we can replace this thing with URL for. URL for here is the method name, and we have passed the arguments here. Let's save this and get back. Here you can see the form action is this because they are using the relative path. Let's move to the edit, and here you can see they are again using the relative path, and it will work as expected. Yeah. So that's it about the update process. In the next lesson, we will discuss how to delete a particular item.